South Africa has the third highest salt usage globally. A new study from Stellenbosch University shining the light on the current state of our battle with salt, which forms part of all food products. Newzroom Afrika's Andersen has more.
On pap, on fries, and of course on our meat, South Africans love their salt. With salt consumption well above the global average, South Africa became the first country in the world to put in place mandatory salt legislation for processed foods in 2013. A new study released this week by Stellenbosch University's Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences paints a worrying picture of the current state of the fight against salt-related illnesses. Even before the new study, though, it has long been clear that South Africans' use of salt goes strongly against what the World Health Organization says is safe.
Like most countries in the world, our South African consumption of salt is way more than the WHO, the World Health Organization's ideal of 5 grams of salt per day. So some of the previous studies have shown that the South African intake of salt is roughly 6 grams to 11 grams of salt a day. So that means that some of our South African adults are consuming twice as much salt on a daily basis.
So with such high daily levels of salt, it's important to note where the majority of it is coming from. The Heart and Stroke Foundation of South Africa says that around 60% of the high daily intake is not from salt being poured onto food. Instead, salt is hidden in almost all processed foods, sauces, and even bread. Instant noodles, Viennas, and cold meats like bologna are fan favorites among South Africans, and all packed full of salt. On a global scale, South Africa is only behind China and the US when it comes to higher salt consumption. The new Stellenbosch University study finds that the SA government has slacked off completely since 2016, with implementing campaigns to lower critically high salt levels. But with 31% of South Africans suffering high blood pressure, Van Locherenberg explains just how life-threatening the salt problem is for South Africans.
Too much salt in your diet is a direct link to getting high blood pressure or hypertension, and that will lead to cardiovascular heart diseases, and that's the biggest killer in South Africa.
The problems don't stop there, though. A high salt intake is also linked to other health issues like kidney problems, stomach cancer, and osteoporosis. With heart-related issues not fading away in the country, health experts say that the loss of momentum in the country's salt reduction campaigns is a big cause for concern. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Andersen in Johannesburg.